young from the yard. Walk the plank. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one, the only Rum Boys Fantasy Network. This is the Rum Report. We are on episode 18 here in season 1. Like 3 more to go. We get into season 2. It's gonna be dope. No April Fools. This is a real deal. We are here live in the flesh, alive, breathing. Washing our hands, practicing social distancing, all that good stuff. Hassan, what is good? Leafs, what is good? Brian, what's good? Both Brian's actually, Rum Boys Fitness and Brian Douglas. Make sure you guys check out Rum Boys Fitness. Subscribe to his channel. He's just 3 away from 300. We're actually only like 7 away from. Yeah, we're only 7 away from 2K. So make sure that you guys share on all your social media. Share the stream, share the podcast. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever you have. Leave a 5-star review. It helps us become more searchable, more relatable, all of that good stuff. Without further ado, it's your man, your boy, Rum Boys Robbie, here with my co-host of the evening, Jake from Rum Boys Combat. What is good, brother? Cheers.
Cheers, man. Nothing much right now.
Oh yeah, cheers to me. Cheers to you all, Rum Boys and girls. What it do? Your department has been kind of interesting. We're just gonna dive right into the show here. So first we start off and we begin with, in your world, John Bones Jones pleads guilty. Basically, the charges, he's gonna get like 90-day house arrest. I think it's a house arrest and something else. He's pretty much on probation, you dig?
Yeah. I'm sure there's some rehab behind the scenes he has to go through. Whether he takes it seriously or not is one thing, but I'm sure there's stuff behind the scenes they don't want to admit. He has to do just some behind the scene deal where you do this, we won't tell anybody you had to go through it. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I figured it would be this situation because I don't know what you could do with John Jones if you're somebody in that area, and if you can't really go back and say that he did this before twice in a similar situation. This is probably the least major offense. I don't think it's that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. It's dumb, but the other two were a lot worse. But he also got away with those. So you could say he's not learning his lesson. He's gotten away with it twice, but he got both of those charges dropped. So I don't think they could go back and consider him a repeat offender. So at this point, this is his first official is this his first official DWI? Technically?
Yeah, I think this is his first official DWI. Yeah,
he's had 2, they dropped 2. So they can't really give him any time. When I think he definitely needs sat down, and they can't let him fight. They can't let him get paid for a while. They're gonna have to do something with him, but the UFC can't fire him or punish him.
And that's the interesting thing is well, when I first saw this yesterday, I'm sorry, that he had pled guilty. My first assumption was Dana's not going to punish him. Dana's still going to let this man go out there, fight, do whatever. I don't foresee any punishment coming just because he wasn't in a training camp. He wasn't in, he's not gearing up for a fight or anything. It's something that pretty much happened like on his off time, if you will.
Yep.
So I don't know if Dana's going to come down with the hammer.
I don't think he can. Yeah, he can't unless it's a federal offense.
Exactly. I mean, if this was, maybe this is why Jones didn't play in the NFL like his brothers. Maybe this is a good valid reason right here, just because of how much more disciplined he would have had to be in that arena versus in this arena. Um, and that goes for any other sports. The man's one hell of a fucking athlete. Um, but I mean, with that said, with that being stated, um, Dana should do something, but unfortunately he can't.
I mean, he could hold off the title fight until the day before John Jones would be stripped to punish him, so he doesn't get 2 paydays in one, and say, I'm not going to book you as much. Um, it's going to be bad for the other contenders, but you don't want to fight all the time. I'm not going to force you to fight all the time against people who aren't ready. I'm going to find good contenders and try to really get you beat. Maybe not have you defend it every 4 months. Maybe have you defend it every 8, and I find a Dominic Reyes there that could show up. And some people say beat you. So I'm going to give you the toughest fights I can. I'm not going to give you these guys like Jan Blachowicz again. Good fighter. I don't think he's going to beat John Jones. But I might give you that Reyes fight. I'm going to give you the hardest challenge I can, even though it's not warranted, just to show I'm not going to give you this easy title defense, easy payday. But you can't say I'm not going to book you. You can't strip a guy by not offering him a fight. Jones is champion until you offer him a fight, he loses.
Exactly. This is kind of one of those unfortunate sides of the fight world is the way that things in terms of disciplinary actions get handled. I mean, look at Tyson for all those years. He got away with so much shit.
Yep. Well, fighters are not employees of the promotion. They're employees of the commission in that state. They're contractors.
Exactly.
So they're not part of the UFC. They're part of the VADA Athletic Commission.
Exactly. I mean,
so you can't just say I'm not going to book this guy. Well, John Jones, if you say you won't book him, Bellator's going to call tomorrow and sign him and book him in that state. Like, you have to book John Jones. There's no way around it.
Exactly. Getting into another MMA topic, this one's pretty huge. This one's affecting a lot of bettors' paydays, in that Khabib the Eagle Nominero, I can never say his motherfucking name, man.
Nurmagomedov, that's the American way. I don't know how it's. He says it differently. I'm not going to try to pronounce it properly.
Not at all. He'll just jump through this stream and beat my ass for it. So Khabib, he pretty much can't leave Russia due to travel restrictions. This is the 5th time this particular card has been made and then canceled. Is this fight pretty much cursed? Like, is this card pretty much cursed?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is under. I don't think it's like cursed in the way it'll ever happen. I think it'll happen later in the year, and they're gonna hold off the title fight, a second title fight with Gaethje or Conor coming up. So this is gonna be probably November, December. But the fight's gonna happen. It's just bad luck, and it's not even this one. It's the Tony tripping over a cord in his son's room or whatever. No, it was on a media day. He tripped over a cord and tore his ACL like a week before the fight or something.
Yeah.
Habib, well, I mean, Habib missing weight was one. He was really sick and couldn't get the fight, right? The other one was travel issues before. The other one was Tony had issues with his mental health. So, I mean, those were all really self-inflicted. And, again, Tony's mental health is not self-inflicted. That's not something he didn't want to have to mess with. But this one's one of those things you have to move it. I mean, do you want to have it in an empty stadium in Dubai? I don't. I'd rather wait until November at this point and just.
And that's what I'm saying too. I mean, with this, there was going to be no fans in the stands, anyways. Had it happened, you want to make your money at some point. And I was having this thought process earlier today. You know, just thinking about this question, and that Dana White, you should just hold off on all events. Stop trying to make events, because that's promotion. That's money that you're still paying out. Hold that money. Relax. Chill. Let's let this thing blow over. Let's flatten the curve. And, you know, once it's all said and good, then, you know, like sports is going to be at the top pinnacle that's going to really drive the economy back into a positive place. So, I mean, I feel like Dana should probably pull off, and I think that he should learn from this fight, possibly, you know, getting canceled altogether, or either just scrambling around to try and get fighters and make it happen and give Tony the opponent kind of a new opponent last minute when we already trained for one specific guy. Just scrap it all together.
And he even said he'd have Tony fight somebody else, which would be ridiculous at this point. You know what fight they want. Why would you even book anybody else there? But I understand Dana's rush, too, because the UFC is a different type of sport where you can't just stop a season and pay them for that year based on a CBA. You have to offer these fighters 3 fights a year in their contract. You have to pay them for 3 fights a year they would take. So he has to pay everyone on his roster a minimum of $30,000 this year without fighting, and they're probably going to demand a part of the purse if they won. So they're going to take 25% each, or 50-50 the card. And at that point, you're going to be paying the minimum $20,000 for 700 fighters, and you're not going to have any fights. So the UFC is going to struggle financially because they need to get these fights on and get these cards out. Because if you're not going to have people in the stands to watch the fights, or people pay for ESPN Plus or pay-per-views, you're paying people for doing nothing. And you can't afford to pay people when you're not going to bring any money in.
Pretty fucking much, to be honest.
So the UFC needs to get started sooner, and that's the sad part. Vince McMahon knows, and he keeps pushing because he knows he has to get these people out there to make money. There's no way he can keep his business going if he stops.
Facts. I want to shout out the Ball podcast on over on Sports Guys. I just featured over there not too long ago. The homie Chris LeBron. Shout out to him, and also shout out to Pat 1984. My man's called me up last week. We're gonna have a surprise interview coming for you guys here soon. It's gonna be pretty dope. Former linebacker for the Carolina Panthers. It's gonna be pretty fly. So just make sure y'all look out for that. Let's see here. The Pittsburgh Steelers, to get into football, the Pittsburgh Steelers went out and grabbed not one, not two, they went and grabbed 5 XFL players to add to their roster. What does it say about the product of the XFL? And what does this say about the XFL? Like, does it help or hurt them?
I would say it helps them because I don't think, as of now, the XFL expected any really, really good players from their league to get to the NFL and have a great career. I think they know with this year, even what Walker was doing, he was going to be a backup going into next year at best. One of those things where they knew what they had. This is not something that's going to be great for them in 2 years. They need to get the college talent in there, and they need to get NFL starters drafted or moved to the NFL. But for a first year, this is really good, and it shows that bottom of the roster guys can show out in a league and get a job in the NFL. But in 2 years, you cannot rely on this. You definitely need the college third-year guys to leave college a year early, or maybe even some high school guys to enter the XFL instead of college. You can't just rely on bottom of the roster guys to push a league.
And we've spoke about this on this show. I think that in a way this legitimizes them and helps keep them around due to the fact that you can farm that talent, and you can develop that talent. That talent can go in and enter either NFL free agency, be recycling players from the NFL back into the XFL. Because I think that carousel.
Oh, that's going to be a great system, yeah.
And I do believe that it's eventually going to push come to shove where those players that can't get into a big school, or that JUCO talent that, maybe their grades weren't good enough to get into, a big school, but they have the talent to play in the NFL. I think you're going to see those guys go into the XFL. And I think that number of 5, and a lot of that, and a big portion of that 5 was defensive talent that the Steelers had went for. There's still a couple of offensive players, 3 offensive players from the XFL that had went to select different teams.
Yep, and they're using them as gunners too. They're not going to use them as defensive players. They're going to be on a roster. They're not going to be starters or second string guys, but they need to get names. They need to get players who dominate the XFL and are starters in the NFL. Before I could really, in 2 years, I'd say you have to start that system. You can't be a league that produces gunners or long snappers.
Exactly right. Yeah, you don't want that to be your brand. You don't want that to be your product. You want to show that you can be a farm system, quote unquote. And I think that's what the XFL truly can get into and develop into. And I think that we're seeing back here in the early stages. Um, this is one of those things where we're look for that number as it continues to boom. I predicted that the XFL sticks around for 3 seasons, that they're going to be a legitimized product. Look for around that third season of some of the things that Jake and I were talking about. Look for those things to really hold true. Uh, NCAA transfer portal, a JUCO transfer portal into the XFL. Just, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of the best of the best of the best of the best football players.
Yeah, imagine if a guy like Tate Martell gets booted from the transfer portal when he tries to move again, or if he tried to move again. And again, people don't like Tate. He's probably one of the most disliked college athletes there are right now, right? He's just a meme at this point. But he would work in the XFL potentially if you just gave him a chance.
Yeah.
So he could leave college, leave Miami right now, and say, I failed at 2 Division I schools. I might just have to go to the XFL.
Players like okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit. USC wide receiver from way back in the day, Dwayne Jarrett. He could have been a guy that could have benefited from this because he was playing on the same team as Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush. The stuff that he did at wideout, it got minimized, and it got overshadowed. It got overlooked. He would have been a guy that could have, benefited from this. Maurice Claret, or Monte Ball could have been guys that could have benefited from this type of system. So I think that, like I said, we're going to see this. And another thing, too, there's always someone bigger, faster, stronger, smarter, better than you. Always. Like, that's always going to happen. That'll always be one thing true in life. No matter what sport it is. There's someone right now that's better than Zion right now. And we just don't know it yet. Or that talent is coming. And I think that this is going to be able to enforce that to where, oh, cool, you went to Stanford, you played ball, you went to, cool, you went to Nice High School in Florida and shit. Your resume is super impressive, but what about this kid out in Southeast DC? What about this kid in Compton? What about this kid, down in Little Havana, and I think it's going to give those people opportunity to now they're going to be brought to the forefront.
Yep, and there's 2 players that I really do like to the XFL if it's possible. It's the dude who played basketball at Baylor and tried out for the Cowboys and was a freak athlete. I didn't make the team. He's one of those guys that could transfer. But my favorite quarterback in college the last 10 years, besides Cam Newton, was Mackenzie Milton from UCF.
Mm-hmm.
He would be great in the XFL. I would love to see him play football, but yeah, Rico Gathers. Yeah, he's guys like that who are good athletes but didn't play football in college can go to the XFL for 1 or 2 years and learn to play a basic position like tight end and just be a receiving goal line guy and get a job in the NFL. If he could just run, jump, and learn to box out the opponent legally in the NFL. So, thanks, Pat. Yeah. But the guys like that who are projects and weren't football players growing up can really transfer to a harder sport, in my opinion, to make the pros in the NBA and get an NFL career started if they have a chance. And I think this is the chance after college for them to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. I mean, Kenny Robinson, case in point, out of West Virginia, he was one of the top safeties in the nation. Got in a little bit of a educational trouble there.
I got one. The quarterback for Houston that left.
PJ Walker.
No, the college, the Cougars. He was his 5th-year senior, and he transferred like in 4 games. Derek King, something.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
But yeah, he was like an undersized athletic quarterback. If he could leave now and become a receiver in the XFL, which he probably could, I think that's a better option than playing college football another year.
This is definitely going to be interesting. This is going to be a topic that's probably going to keep reoccurring because I want to make sure that we're tracking the landscape of this and we're close knit to this story because when it booms, we're going to sit back and we're going to be like, we told you so. Will the NFL draft kind of serve as the mental break that we all so desperately need right now. With everything going on in the world, will it be kind of the mental break, regardless of it not happening in its original, beautiful, luxurious location?
I don't think it's a good idea to have the draft during this time. It would be kind of weird. There's a lot of tech side of it. You're going to have the coaches and everyone in the same room. You have to have the setup where they call the players. You have to have the player on another Skype line. You pretty much have to have every draftee or green room member or everyone who wants to be drafted Skyped up to one. But yeah, you need to have every single draftee and team set up to instantly talk to a player in one big Zoom meeting, right? Which I don't like, and I think it's not. I think it can wait. I don't think you need to have the draft now. I really don't think so, and I'm gonna tell you why later because I'm not gonna spoil a topic later. But I don't think we should do the draft now. It just doesn't make sense with how the off season appears. It can happen.
Okay, okay. So it's going. How do I say this? The draft this year is going to look very disorganized for all of us. We're It's going to look like the fucking movie Draft Day, except no. What's his name? No. What's that? What was the dude that played in Draft Day?
I don't even know.
Not Kevin Spacey. Fucking. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner. No Kevin Costner.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking of Moneyball for some reason when you said that. I was thinking like the actors in Moneyball because it's so similar.
All good, all good. I was fucking off the mark there. But no. So I mean, I'm interested to see how it's going to look. How they try and pull this all together. Maybe you do a live stream style, Zoom type of deal, and we get to see all that behind the scenes work. I know, Pat. I know. So I mean, I have optimism. I feel like it should still happen, especially in the event of if things go in the way that is worked in some of the other countries. We could probably be looking at 60 days from now, 90 or so days from now, that pretty much put us right at the start of the NFL season. So where it's like the NFL could be like, yo, fuck it, we can still play 16 full games. It may not be the greatest 16 full games, but
yeah,
and then they would probably have to use some of that 16 games to figure out rosters, personnel. Joe Burrow's not going to know the playbook as well for the Bengals, but learn on the fly, buddy. So
I think they'll make some adjustments. Like if there is this issue that they're expecting to continue, with players learning the system, I think they're going to give the playbooks out to everybody the second they're drafted, since they can't see their coaches and have to figure it out themselves. But I think there's not going to be that you can't see the playbook till training camp. It's going to be a much more organized system where it's once you're drafted, you see the playbook because you're not going to be able to learn with your teammates. It's going to be on your own, so get it earlier and figure it out.
Exactly. This is this is going to be a testament to the level of dedication that a lot of these players have, and what it takes to get to their level. Because they're going to have to, in all honesty, they're going to have to work out on their own. Better fucking call up Peloton real quick. Like, I don't know, but I mean, well, they're all professional athletes. They got in-home gyms. Probably you may have to break a few social distancing barriers. Like, hey, my personal trainer, come on over, dog.
I think the issue is the playbook more than the physical ability. They'll find a gym. I mean, once you're drafted and get a signing bonus, you can afford some weights, right?
Yeah.
If you're an undrafted free agent, you'll figure something out. I mean, maybe your old college will let you train at that point. I mean, colleges are not totally shut down at that point. If you're an NFL player, I'm sure they give you permission, but learning the playbook will be tough, especially on offense.
Yeah, offense especially.
I get learning the playbook too. My issue is learning the timing and 2, learning the signs and audibles.
Learning signs and a lingo.
Yeah.
Because
And cadence as well with your quarterback.
and cadence is like every little inside information. Every play design, if you guys look, every team has a lot of the same formations, but the way that the plays are called and a lot of signals for those plays, every coach has different shit. So that's why it's so important, especially at the position of quarterback, Tua, Burrow, Jordan Love, you guys in the draft this year that have the ability to start, it's going to be important that they're on Skype calls, with coaches, like hey, what is your signal call for a motion jet sweep? What is your signal call for if we wanted to line up in the eye? What do you do? And I think that's going to be seriously important.
Yeah, the first few weeks are going to be a mess for every team, I think. But it'll be a defensive battle the first few weeks of the season. But I don't like the draft being now or the original schedule for that reason. I do think the players should be able to interview with teams over Skype an extra 2 weeks and just really figure it out. And I think you should probably have a mid-April draft. And from there, it's full go. It's going to be treated like a training camp, but
that's actually that profile picture that Lee has. That's actually Shabner Longest from the Albany Patroons. When I was working with the CBL before their season got canceled. So that's actually what it is. Is this Jordan Love? Nah. But no, man. I hope that we do have a draft. Because that's pretty much the only thing that I've had to talk about. I mean, aside from doing throwback debates, Rice versus Moss and shit like that, bringing up debates like that. I mean, but in terms of active like right now, present day. I mean, we need the draft to happen. I don't think that it necessarily matters in what way that it happens.
Yeah, that's true too.
Speaking. Oh, go ahead, man. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know if you should have the draft until the curve hits its peak and then goes down a little bit. I just think it's a weird media mess if you're having these players get drafted and it's like, well, we're in a rising case every day thing. The second the percentages of rising cases goes down, I think you could start considering it. But until then, it's like, well, when you're the only person doing something in a sports related in a time where there's no sports or any industry, it looks bad if you're still doing it. You know what I mean? At the worst possible time, and it's going to be an optics to like look, and it won't affect us, but it might just be like, oh, I don't care about this guy. I didn't even watch the draft. I have other things to worry about. Like, it's definitely going to hurt viewership for sure. There's no way you can save viewership for this draft. It's going to be bad regardless. But
I mean, we gotta rock with him. Yes, Dion prime time. He was the man. He was the man. Make sure you guys tune in for Rum Boys After Dark Friday night. We're gonna have some fire debates. Let's see here though. But yeah, we definitely need our football, Mike B. Still just giving my draft no matter how it goes down. Speaking of distractions, okay. Speaking of distractions, did you see the new Netflix documentary Tiger King?
I heard about it. No,
motherfucker.
I heard the issues with it now.
Yeah.
The actors had to apologize because the treatment of the animals behind the scenes was poor, or something. I did not see it, and I probably won't watch it if I hear animals are mistreated. I don't care if they're wild animals. I don't want to see animals mistreated or know they were mistreated. So, but I heard it was good. I heard it was entertaining. So,
this was the most like. Remember that old Cat Williams joke where he was like, about white people walking their children on leashes in the airport, and he was like, and how he was like that's just entertainment for black folks.
Well, this was entertainment for all of America, and all of America got to know what it's like for us when we see that shit. That's what this was like in my eyes. So first off, I try and not follow trends. I don't really like trends. I'm not that type of person. Think like super memey things that like everyone goes and rushes to gravitate to. I try and be one like the last people kind of watch it.
Robbie, I'm going to tell everyone about your secret TikTok account.
But I been did that. I been did that. Like I was way ahead of that. And then everyone created one. I was like, fuck. I was trying to blow up before everyone else, and got like these like little ass kids blowing up out there. But no, man. So this. Let me break this down for everyone. So there's three main players in this whole documentary series. There's this woman, Karen Bassett or Carol Bassett, who's like supposedly like the super like conservative or animal conservationist, whatever. She's like this like big time animal conservation.
Is she like PETA level, or is she like not nuts?
A little mix of both.
Okay, I mean that's fine. But
and bro, like it's just so weird. Like there's like a backstory of her killing her husband, and like you can definitely tell that she killed her husband because like during the documentary she does the whole OJ thing, and even OJ came out on OJ's Twitter account and was like, "Y'all, now you know that she killed her husband." When OJ comes out and is like, "Hey, listen here, big, you did that shit. You know that you did it. You know that you did it."
He should write a book. If she did it, this is how she would do it.
Bro, she did that in the documentary. So that's what I was about to say. She goes, "Oh, I would never, if I were to feed someone to tigers, I'd put sardine oil on them or something like that, or something the tiger's gonna go for." And I'm like, yo, I'm like sitting there, like my wife's like, she's kind of watching it with me, and I'm sitting there like 2 sheets into the fucking wind last night. I'm like, yo, this is mind blowing, bro. Like she definitely killed her husband, and she definitely just admitted it right here. But then there's this dude right here, Tiger King, Joe Exotic, and he's the fucking craziest one of them all. This dude is gun-toting, like, I'm talking like gun-toting, like heavy, bro. This dude got more choppers than the Marine Corps. Freaking tiger, big cat loving, freedom of speech, cursing, running for governor as, meth smoking, gay as hell. Bro, his whole story is fucking crazy. This dude, like, they're all cults. All these tiger people, all these big cat people are like fucking cults, bro. They're all like cults, but like they get away with not being a cult really. So like he's like luring dudes in, like seducing them like fucking meth and shit, like age like 17, 18, like this shit's crazy. It's crazy. And then like halfway through the documentary, like he has like at one point in time he had like 2 husbands. One of the husbands had shot himself just fucking around with a gun. Like it's a Ruger. There's never no bullet in a Ruger or there's no magazine in it. Not knowing a dumbass. You ever heard of one in the fucking chamber? He fucking shoots himself in the office. Then that shit goes completely crazy. Then like his whole backstory was like, nah, homie wasn't gay ever. He just was doing gay things for drugs. So then that got crazy. And then like the other dude was like, yeah, like I was like fucking like the front desk receptionist the whole time. I had a baby with her. I had to tell him like, not even gay, dog. And then he got his heart broken. Like it's just fucking crazy.
So this is like a more scripted version of Duck Dynasty back in the day.
I guess. And then he gets his fucking zoo taken, which none of these places are actual fucking zoos. It's just rich white people with fucking tigers. They're like, you pay me $600 and you can take a picture with it. It's perfect for Instagram. And what do all the little girls go and do? Yeah.
Like, bro, but yeah, he got his new stolen by some Vegas baller that drives around in a Rari. Shit was crazy, dude. Shit was nuts. This is Duck Dynasty meets Scarface. The one with the least amount of teeth is the most dangerous. I'm shocked, bro. Yeah, and then he hired a dude to go and murder Carol Baskin, like on like her hiking trail in Florida, like. And then the homie took the money. He was supposed to pay him $5K. He paid him $3K. Homie took the money, chickened out. Like,
So is this guy like Aaron Hernandez?
dude, this is like the Aaron. This is like the Aaron Hernandez documentaries.
Except no jail and no killing yourself in jail. Slightly.
Yeah, no killing yourself in jail, and like he's not smoking weed. Like this motherfucker's doing everything. And then there was one part in this where I was the scariest part of the whole documentary for me was when he was running for governor of Oklahoma. And I was like, the president shit did not work out for him. America was like, yeah, we're not having that shit. Like, sorry, partner. But then he was like he ran for governor. I was like, yo, there's a chance this crazy motherfucker could win this shit. But then luckily he didn't. He landed in third out of like 12 people running, which is still impressive. So yeah. That shit.
Why I don't have Netflix?
Yo,
Why I no longer have Netflix, I should say. But
I recommend it for everyone. What are you streaming these days, by the way? Like, what are you watching? Whenever you're not working for Rum Boys or working, doing your day job, what are you streaming?
I like a lot of anime. So My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan. I actually just binge watched Fairy Tail, which is very much okay, not great. I'm gonna start Hunter x Hunter soon. I'll finish Naruto eventually. I don't really care about that right now, but I'm waiting for DBZ Super to have a new season. But yeah, I mean, I really focus on the manga for Attack on Titan. I'm more of a manga guy, anime guy.
Bro, check out. Look, we don't have no football right now, right? We don't have like any sports in general. It's like I've been like trying to replace my fix, if you will, with like shows about sports. And this show called All American. I know you don't have Netflix, but like that show's pretty good. Man.
I can get like 3 free months, dude. I'll make 3 email accounts.
There you go, bro. This show called All American. It's based off the story of Spencer Basinger, who played for he won a Super Bowl, played for the Dolphins and a couple of other teams. Like his story is like actually fairly recent. That show is really, really fucking good. For all the football heads out there, I suggest that one. Brian, you living in Clearwater, Florida, with them motherfuckers in your backyard, that is some scary shit. I'm staying away from tigers. I'm scared of tigers now.
Although I may binge watch that 70s show again.
Oh, dude, I can watch that 70s show any given time.
That show is so good. I might have to binge watch that actually. All 8 seasons, I think.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's 8 seasons.
That's commitment. Hey, let's get back into the sports talk, though. Do you see us having any delays to the NFL season, or can we flatten the curve enough to have a season?
There's 2 things they can do. They're not going to have a rookie OTA. They're not going to have OTAs. They're not going to have training camp, I don't think. A traditional 5-6 week training camp, whatever it is, when you have to be there. Really, the only last 3 weeks you have to be there, but they're going to have to do something where they either give up preseason and only do training camp and joint practices, like I said on After Dark, or they play 2 preseason games and have 1 week of practice in between that. And those preseason games happen on like middle of the week, Wednesdays, for every team. And then you fix it, and you have kind of 3 days practice, game, fix it, cut, make your cuts. 3 days, game, make your cuts. 3 days, game, make your cuts. Only reason you could do it. Because I don't see any way you can have a good preseason and training camp. You have to really cut both of those down a little bit to get this on time.
Exactly. Mike D says there's going to be no fans for the first 3 to 6. Damn, 6. That's 3 I could probably live with. 6 games, that's fine.
Yeah, 6 I don't see. So, they wouldn't play at that point. They'd hold the season off. And
what I think is, and we have to look at ourselves as people personally. And what I have figured out about us, especially as of recent, is if we are given the order, if we are given the permission, hey guys, the air's clean again, you can go back to breathing. like the second that those words come out of our president's mouth about how you can go back outside, bro, listen, sundress season is going to be in full effect. Baseball's not going to get a fuck. They're going to start their league back up, which I can't wait for. Like, the barbecue's going to be popping. The NFL's going to be starting right around it. I think that America will do this for as long as up until like July, like end of July, and then America's going to be like, all right, we've been on Akon locked up for long enough. Let me out. You know, and I just and the universe is weird, bro. The universe is weird. Like things work out in this weird way to where it's like, hey, you know, y'all kept your asses inside. You know, look at wildlife running around and shit. Like y'all can go back out now. Like, I just hope that happens. That's just all I'm praying for.
Yep, I could see that involving fans early if over playing in empty stadiums. And there's some states that will not allow it. I think there's going to be issues where some states do not want to have meetings, and they like. I could guarantee you, because this is not about what the federal government can do. The federal government has no power in this. The states really have to put down the limits, and they do. There's some states that are going to say, we're going to keep doing this for longer. We're not going to allow events with these many people, let alone football. So Ohio's governor can say, no football. We're not going to have this many people in one stadium. You have to go to Kentucky. And the Browns might have to go to Kentucky for their home games this year. Or maybe the first 4 home games. And they're going to give up the money and say, we can't have this many people in one stadium. It's not going to work. You have to go to a neighboring state. Maybe go to southwest New York or something, because that's really close to the border of Ohio, where it's like, oh yeah, you can't do this here. You have to go neutral site. Maybe play every home Brown game in Nebraska, where they because you're not going to have every state say, we're good. The president can't say, we're going to stop the quarantine. The states can hold on to that, and they probably will, because they want to be safe than sorry. So there's some states that won't allow football in that state, which is going to affect high school teams as well.
I like what Brian Douglas just dropped here. They're still having horse racing. So believe they'll find a way to have NFL. And I want to also second that notion right there in the live chat with the Chinese Basketball League, the Chinese Basketball Association, the CBA, not the CBA that we talk about in the NFL, guys.
Yeah, they tried to start, right? And they failed miserably because someone caught it right away.
I don't think that it was that someone caught it that they stopped. I think they had just retracted, and they were like, you know what, like let's just hold off like a little bit longer. But I think that it was more so just a little bit longer thing than like let's not get too ahead of ourselves thing. And I think it was more so a combination of those two emotions. I don't know if I'll have to research that if the player caught it like right away when they tried to start.
I can tell you, Ohio's in it for the long haul. They're not going to let the Browns play this year in the state. They're not going to allow these crowds, I don't think.
We don't need y'all anyways.
I know, right? Okay. No, you really don't. And that's the thing with the NFL. They don't actually need it. They don't need the home fans. They just need fans. If you take the Browns and Steelers to Nebraska, it's going to sell. I mean, they can sell football anywhere. They don't care, right? No. And it's going to affect the fans. But it's not going to, say they leave Colorado because you can't play in Colorado. You think they're not going to sell out if they play in another state that doesn't have in New Mexico? It's going to sell out. It doesn't matter. They're going to sell tickets wherever they go.
And that'd be legendary at that, to be like, yo, like, for like a couple games in a season, like the Denver Broncos weren't even the Denver Broncos. The motherfuckers were the New Mexico Broncos.
Exactly. And it could happen because you have to do that.
You know,
Because no, the federal government can't say allow the NFL. The state's gonna be like, no, we don't want this. We have the rights to override the federal government, and we're not gonna do it. So I don't see the NFL having a traditional season at all. I see a lot of neutral site games in states that just want the money. Be like, Nebraska, come in. We'll take any NFL game. We'll take. You can use the Cornhusker Stadium. Let's go.
might be. I like what you just said. You know, the Chinese still reeling from the shit. Second wave is coming through. They don't want the people hearing that though. I think that there could be a second wave because I think that this is something that's going to mutate. It's going to grow stronger. So I mean, we do have to be careful with this. And we got to do the right things the first fucking time around. Like we didn't do the right things the first time right around. That's a big part of why we got extended to April 30th as a nation. Like we got to get our heads out of our asses, you know? Jake, stop trying to put the Browns in my state. Don't put that evil.
But no, seriously, don't be surprised.
Bobby.
But seriously, don't be surprised if that happens where it's like there's states that will not allow this many people. This team has to play in this state, neutral site, stay at a hotel for half the year.
Yeah. Big facts. Make sure
It's going to be miserable for those players, man. How do you recover in a hotel room bed?
Oh, my God. That sucks. You're in some fucking shitty-ass Nebraska Motel 6 for like 16 hours a season.
Hey, that PA, man, the PA did not account for this, so they might be stuck in a Motel 6 for a season.
Exactly. That's why I just said. That's exactly why I just said that. Let's see here. After both the Nets and Lakers had all their players clear of symptoms of COVID-19, many athletes are joining the fight by donating blood to see if their antibodies can be used to fight off the virus. Shout out to the big. What do you make of this? Because honestly, you know, these are some of the strongest, best immune system built people on the planet, world class athletes. Should this help? I mean, is this going to get us closer? Are we better to fulfill? Like,
I mean, it would help if they are. Well, I don't know if you can't really post test for it. It would help if they did run into it and not have symptoms, because you would know what actually fought it. They would do that too. They would build players a tent and have them sleep outside of the stadium to play a game the next day.
Oh my gosh.
They would do that at some middle of the field in like Wyoming. They'll allow football. Every game's in Wyoming this year. But seriously, with the athletes who are willing to do this, I would hope, in a weird way, that some of these athletes were exposed to it and didn't show symptoms, so they know why that their blood type did not get it or have symptoms for it. Because this could be a blood type issue where it affects certain blood types more than others. And if you look at it in that way, it's not even about the age, because we found out 18-year-olds are dying from this. So,
yeah.
I mean, you could say they're the peak of health. A 19-year-old high school student or college kid should not be dying from anything. They're probably the peak of everything. They're around it all. Their immune systems are the best it could be, right?
I don't know. I mean, in college, I was kind of stuff in my system that might lower my life expectancy.
Right. But overall, like what you're exposed to at a college, I'm sure there's more people just in a college than you could imagine that have been exposed to this and don't show symptoms because they're in the age range least affected by it. Like teens and early 20s are not really hit with this near as hard. So athletes as well. I would like to see athletes who've tested positive for it see what fought it in their blood system, because there's something in their blood system that fought this disease and didn't give them symptoms. It's not about how healthy you are.
Well, Fire, we're gonna have to get you on the show to talk about some of your experiences, man.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, we would love an experience from the front lines. I mean, you know, just to hear your story. I mean, and by the way, thank you so much for leading the fight. And one thing I want to touch on, especially with what Crossfire just said, man. I love how now we want to show gratitude towards our medical professionals, and this is one of those things why I was like, yo, well, whenever people found out I'm a military veteran, like, thank you for your service, man. Fuck that. There are people that are out there that are heroes every goddamn day, and are not getting the gratitude. So to Crossfire, hey, yo, let's pour up a fucking shot for Crossfire. Yo, he on the front lines. He's sacrificing. He's making sure that we're all safe. Yo, cheers to me. Cheers to you. I got some rum right here. All the rum boys and girls, what it do, dilly dilly. We appreciate you guys. That's why this family sticks together.
Yep.
But
yeah, as I was bringing up, the issue is I want to see the players. I don't want to know. It's not really my business or any of our businesses, to be honest. But the players who tested positive in the NBA or athletes in general should be who we focus on going forward. So then they tested I think the whole NBA was tested, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Those players who did not have symptoms and tested positive, I want to see those results. Work on that. The players that did have symptoms and tested positive, look at that, because when you look at both of those, you can see what their blood type is. You can basically see what cells are in the strain of blood in that test, right? And you could see, okay, this is what they had. They fought it off without symptoms. They didn't. What was missing? You can mix and match and figure out how to fight COVID-19, and that's a big deal here. So, again, if it's like LeBron, who never had symptoms or never had it, or like Rondo, who never had symptoms, never had it, like, okay, you don't know how his body would react to it. You have to look at what their immune systems are and how they can actually deal with it. Because you can't just say, well, he's healthy. Why didn't he get it at all? He wasn't exposed to it. Because if you were exposed to it, you didn't fight it off before you were tested.
Yeah.
It's in your system for weeks. You just don't know it. So you're not contagious. You just didn't know you had it. And it's one of those things where you have to know they have it. It's not like, yeah, I didn't have any symptoms. It got tested. It was negative. I fought it off. You didn't fight it off. You just were lucky enough not to get contracted by it.
Exactly. Our man's giving us the correct term, asymptomatic.
Yeah.
Right there. No, dude, I'm definitely highly interested in, especially like the health and medical side of this. Once again, I mean, big appreciation to everyone on the front line. Big appreciation to the athletes stepping up and realizing the science behind it. And I don't feel like it doesn't take someone with like a fucking degree, necessarily to be like, hey, I should step in because I already went through this. Let me see if you can figure out something from me and let me help you in this. That's just being a kind person, just being a kind human being.
Right.
I'm
sure everybody who gives the blood, I mean, especially they're taking blood tests when you have it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the players who actually gave the blood were the ones who had it because they know the sample size is. Yeah, I'm sure every person who actually has it, they'd be like, can we take some blood and see if we could actually cure your spreading of it, and to see if we know how to counteract this? Yeah, I'm sure it's something where they're not taking everybody's like, oh yeah, you don't have symptoms, you never had it, you don't test positive, we'll test yours anyways. Like, they're being resourceful. They're not just trying to look good as medical professionals. They're taking the people who actually had it. It's not like wasting our government money in that way. That's what something people might think.
No, this is a war of nature versus science. And I'm on the side of our guys. And we're going to prevail through this. And this channel's going to be here every day to provide you guys content through this and keep your spirits up, because we also want to make sure we take care of the mental health as well. We're going to get through this, guys, and we appreciate, everyone out there on the front line. Shout out to the athletes. Big up to the athletes.
So the GMM network, I don't know what blood type I am. That's actually kind of ironic. I probably should figure that out.
Oh, dude, it's on my dog tags. I got to fucking find my dog tags.
I'll figure that out later. How about I just don't get it and don't go anywhere?
Exactly. Just stay home.
This is my plan. I don't want to think about it.
Wash your hands video drop tomorrow. Wow. So
don't sanitize. Wash your hands. Don't sanitize all the time. Destroys the skin cells.
Yep. Don't just rely on that hand sanitizer. Wash some hands. Get some Dawn up on there, or whatever you use. What's the best format for the NBA returning and wrapping up this season? Like, are we gonna see? I'm hopeful that I think we've all figured out. I'm just an optimist at this point. Um, I still think that we're gonna have NFL. I still think that we're gonna have NBA. What do you think is gonna be the best setup?
Let me look real quick. I want to see how close the chase for the 8 seed is. Is it really close in the West? I'm pretty sure it's scary close to the 8 seed, right?
So yeah, the chase for things in the West is
I'm going to look it up now so we could, because I have a theory on this one that might be interesting.
like, so I mean, if you want, I'll go first.
Yeah, you can go first.
What I feel that should happen, the bottom like 4 teams on each side should be the ones that play like a tournament, a regular season tournament style. There should be no regular season basketball aside from this tournament to figure out who the final seeds are. And all that they are competing for is that last spot. That's it. That's it. It's a one. There's one slot available. That's it. 1 through 7 already locked the fuck in. We're good. We'll wild card it for the 8, or either we can wild card it for the 7th and the 8th. It's really someone else feels that soft about competing just for one spot, right? So there's that theory, and then right after that tournament, you have about a week and a half, 2-week rest period. Playoffs assumed, or maybe the players that are going through the playoffs, they don't really need it. So that, and being that you're a wild card team on the outside of that bracket, and you're coming into a playoff bracket, you know, it shouldn't really matter. You know, you compete, you don't get no rest. You stated that you wanted to compete. I know for a fact that JJ Redick was live today stating that he has spoken to his teammates. The Pelicans still want to compete for the 8th seed.
Oh man, JJ has to make the playoffs for like the millionth straight year, dude.
11.
Come on. I picked that earlier. I want JJ to make the playoffs.
So I think in a tournament that settles this all in all, make it, you know, a 7-game tournament for them to compete just to get in. So just to get in, you already got to pretty much start the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And then you have a playoff start. Those guys, they can all, you know, go back to team workouts, getting their bodies right, getting their team chemistry back, you know, the way that it needs to be to compete for playoff basketball. And then boom.
Yep. So I agree with you, especially in the West. The East, you still have to do both for the, you know, conference fairness. The East is pretty set. It's a good 5-game lead for the Magic to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the West, there is a 3-game separation in the loss column from the 8th to 11th. That's 4 teams, right? So why not do a 4-team elimination playoff? 1, 4, 2, 3. Play it out for that last spot. And again, you do the same thing for the East, but I think the Magic are in a weird spot because they're so far ahead. But I think you have to do it for both conferences. And I mean, what do you like these matchups? Grizzlies versus Kings, Blazers versus Pelicans, and then the winner of those play for the 8 seed.
Might be. That was going to be the next thing that I said. We've all seen, and we
coin
all
flip. Oh my, it'd be hilarious.
Sports movies. We could make this a fucking Friday Night Lights type of situation where, fellas, it's a 3-way tie between the Permain Panthers and whatever the fuck the other 2 team was, and they all had to sit there. Yo, Billy Bob Thornton killed that scene. Billy Bob Thornton made me nervous during that scene because I'm just looking at Billy Bob's face like, you ain't gonna fuck Angelina Jolie tonight if you don't come away with this coin toss. She wasn't in that movie, but you know, all set. You know, so yeah. Joke aside, I really, really like the idea of there being some sort of a tournament, but if we got to go down to a coin flip, I will watch that and I will commentate that as the most epic coin flip to ever go down history.
Why not do a 2K tournament, man? The 5 starters on every team play the matching position, so the 2 guard versus 2 guard, 2K, and the 1 versus 4 seeds. Best 2 out of 3 advances, and it's a 2K tournament to make the playoff spot.
I'm gonna get into the whole eastwards things and yeah, man, that'd
be great. I actually want to see these guys play esports guys and get destroyed, just to show how committed 2K guys are, because they put craft into their game and they're actually really good at what they do.
Frostfire, hit me up on the DM, bro. Hit me up on the DM. Yep, hit me up on the DM. Subscribe to us on YouTube, bro. We want to get you on the show. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. I want to make sure we took care of him, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, dude, like, the coin flip, too much of a nail biter for me. Like, I feel like when I commentate that, I have to be like, so the referee now has the coin. This side is heads. The side with Joe Exotic is heads. The side with Carol Bastion is tails. Here's the flip. And it hits the floor. We will wait for the reveal and it's heads! It's heads!
Yeah.
So I hope that it's not a coin flip, but if not, I already played it out of my head. It's cool, man. It's cool. The side with the coronavirus shirt on it is tails.
But yeah, Blake St. Clair said never have a tournament to make a playoff spot. They've had it before with the Bucks and somebody else, I want to say in 2009. I think, when Bogut broke his hand taking a charge when Jennings was a rookie.
Yeah.
So they've had, like, tie-breaking games before. It's not anything too new.
So
This would just be a designed for a team for each conference. 8-11 would have to fight for that seed. Which sucks because the Spurs are only one game back, but you can't, you know what I mean? It's like the BCS and college football championships. You can't take everybody. You got to cut it off at 4 teams.
Yeah. I mean, what do you feel about this right here, what Blake said? Just play until each team has played 70 games. It would be 82. Then roll straight into playoffs with shortened rounds, maybe best of 5 or best of 3. Ooh, I don't know how.
That would take so long to determine. See, as a 1 seed, it would be really angering, like, to see if I lose my first game at home, I can lose a series without ever going back home. Right? So, if you screw up one day on your home court, you can be out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
That is something I don't think any team would sign up for. I just don't see how the Lakers losing game 1 would say, okay, we'll go to wherever. We'll go to whatever, the Pelicans home court, and risk losing the playoff because we didn't get a second chance to tie the series at home.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I don't see an NBA team agreeing to that.
About the scheduling conflicts of shortening playoffs. Like the idea of shortening playoffs to me from 7 to maybe a 5-game system or a 3-game system.
Well, it was like that for a long time.
It was that in today's era that's
money, man.
Like
the NBA knows, despite how unpopular it is to watch, and the NBA playoffs don't do amazing, but they do much better. They're not going to take 2 games away from a series if they could avoid it. They want that 2 games of just income. So,
and you know, Jake, I think that's one of the things about our channel and about this channel that we are such. What separates us aside from, I guess, you know, other YouTube analysts or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is that we do try and look at the whole full scope. We don't try and look at it as just the fans. But I think that in this scenario that we can all agree on that I don't think that we're really going to give a fuck about what format they announce that they're going to utilize.
We just want sports, man.
And I think that we're getting to that point, or I think that many of us are already at that point, if not getting to that point. If you're like me and you're on quarantine, well, here in Colorado, we're on lockdown. So if you're like me and you're on full on lockdown, right? Like,
so wait, what's your lockdown? I think your lockdowns are quarantine, by the way. I'm really interested in this.
Lockdowns are basically fucking quarantine.
Just you have stores open at the same times and nothing else open.
So yeah, they're very select. Like, it's very select what is open. You know, it's very select what is opening and what is running. Like,
all we have open is grocery stores, basically. Yeah. That's it.
Grocery, you can go get.
It's been like that for like 3 weeks here, so.
Yeah, and it's between like certain fucking hours. So it's literally between hours that you're supposed to be at home telecommuting working, you know, or either those are the hours that you're homeschooling your kid. It's all crazy, bro. You don't have a full 24 hours in a day anymore. Jim, I'm about to be hopping on, clicking your link here in a minute. I hope that you are not already off your show, dude. I hope that you really fucking are not. Because I'm just important. I got you.
And also, I want to add to what Robbie was saying. We also view the business side of it. We get the billionaires want to make their money, but and that's completely fair. We understand billionaires want to make the most money they can, and it also helps the players if they play 7 games because playoff money is better than regular season money. That's a fact. So I mean, the players don't want to play less playoff games because that hurts their paycheck. Everybody has to play to make the most money they possibly can. They're even if you say it's gonna hurt the fans, the players know if they could play that extra 4th game and get swept, it's another paycheck.
Yeah.
So they'd rather play a 4th game and get swept than just go home. They're taking that 100K if they can.
Exactly. I mean, so yeah. I mean, we have to factor in, the pay and stuff like that. And I feel like one of the things that is happening during this time period, once again, silver lining message. I feel like a lot of us are now those. I'm noticing a lot of fans that did not understand the business side and what went in to a night. I'll take it to home standpoint right here in Colorado. Fans here in Colorado are now understanding what it takes to open up and do an event at the fucking Pepsi Center. They're now understanding, holy shit, that's how much my little ticket sale mattered to that owner, mattered to that player, mattered to that person that rips your ticket at the front or scans your phone at the front gate. We don't rip.
Or that dude that throws you the beer that you order that's overpriced, but they're not getting paid anything. So,
dude, what? When sports fans especially, I always say this: a sports fan is always going to be the greatest, or always going to have the greatest understanding of economics, because we're already used to looking at math all day, because we're always looking at stats and projections and this and that and trends, and do I pick up this player? Do I pick up that player? Yada yada yada. Do I take the prop here? Do I do this? Our minds are always working. Our minds are our tools. So right now we're taking this time, we're learning. So shit, this is what Mark Cuban's doing down in Dallas. Mark Cuban being one of the owners that's very vulnerable about the inside workings and the inner workings of his operation. What I'm appreciative for, because I think that it helps us to kind of calm down and be like, this is why we can't have it right now. Yeah.
And Blake St. Clair is right. The revenue split is pretty much even on that. But the players, again, and I don't want to disagree again, but the players want to play more games, even if they lose. Because if the revenue split it around is even, they want to play as many games as possible to split more revenue. So it's tough to really say. I mean, everybody wants to play more games. They want to get 7 games, and I don't see any way they do it besides a tournament. I don't think they're going to bring the season back until at least mid-May.
Now, here's another thing that I want to ask, and we approached this question before. I think in a previous episode, we lightly, ever so lightly touched on this. In the essence of views and ratings, a lot of these sports, some sports in some states are going to start with maybe even a limit capacity of how many fans can be in a stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say that we even go with limited capacity. Do you think that it is formidable for NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL Stanley Cup, all to continue to prosper on at the same given time on TV slots, especially what Mike B said earlier, how he feels there could be there could be some hesitation for people that want to go out the first go around of being allowed out.
Definitely. First of all, the most sports are not as great to go to live as they are to watch at home. I mean, sports is a very good at-home experience if you have the league pass or Sunday ticket or red zone. So that is one thing that hurts them right now already, and they know that because they put money into that. They negotiate. This is our main business-making product, right? So they don't need the fans, but the fans still like to go. I mean, this affects the fans more than the league itself. If you're gonna not have fans in the stadium, especially the NBA, because regular season attendance is not great for most teams.
Yeah.
So this is a negative on all sides in a way because everyone's losing money, but it really hurts the fans and the players more so because players don't like playing inside an empty stadium, and they also really can't stand playing less games to hurt revenue shares. And that is why it's like you want to have 7 games, and Cuban's right. Everybody wants 7-game playoff series for a reason.
Big facts.
And everybody wants a full season for a reason because you want to have who's the real champion. You want to have 16 games to know. It doesn't matter if it's weird because there's no preseason. You want to have 16 games to figure it out. It's like high school, right? I mean, there's no preseason in high school. You have one scrimmage maybe with a school across the street, and that's it. So it's similar to that. It's one of those things. You just go out and figure it out. And, our team lost 2 games to start the year, but we won 8 straight. Made the playoffs. Made a run.
I think the absence of doing sport up close and personal, I think that's going to affect that style of fan. But those of us that have already been watching sports and we don't get to go out and buy tickets as often, we're already going to be used to it, and that's going to be the mental break, and that's going to be what we need. So like I said, I mean, I think that it's just one of those things where we don't give a fuck how it happens. Just fucking make it happen.
Except Habib, Tony, should not have happened. I don't care where. You definitely need fans for that fight.
Bro, you need fans for that fight. That fight does not need to happen internationally. That needs to happen on this fucking soil.
Vegas. Move it to Vegas now. New York didn't work. It's going straight to Vegas, please.
Exactly. I'm with Mikey. Get me as close as you can, and I'll buy in. People love access. Get me as close reaction as you can. That's why we create this channel, to get as close reaction.
Yeah, but they will never give away the all access, watch every game for free just in this time. There's no way. They're going to bump the price up to watch every NFL game if it's on time. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're not having fans, but your Sunday ticket's not $120. It's going to be $148, you know.
You ready for the
people will pay it, no doubt. I mean, there's no way people won't.
No, big facts. People are gonna fucking pay it. Like there are still households. There are a lot of households suffering right now. There are still households where they're working from home and still have jobs.
You'll find that $30 to get Sunday ticket, 1,000,000%. There's no doubt.
It's 2020 out in this bitch. We gotta go back and whipping up Pyrex or scratching that Pyrex in the kitchen, and we fucking with it. I'm kidding.
But yeah, there is no way. Like the NFL is probably in its selfish ways, and I think the players and owners are in agreement where it's like, let's bump this up a little bit with this revenue split. Like, we know people want sports. Let's just give it an extra, like, you know, maybe $40 for the Sunday ticket, and they should. It makes sense.
Yo, you ready for the final take?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. I don't think it's gonna be Poirier or Gaethje. If Dana White. If Dana White smart,
it would be the dumbest thing if Dana were to have Gaethje or Poirier knock out Tony or stop Tony, and then you ruin the fight that everyone wants. You have U.S. typical crazy dude versus disciplined Muslim guy.
Let me put it like this.
Dana has everything. He has the whole race factor, I have the weird trash talking guy versus respectable religious guy. He has side of the world versus side of the world. You want this fight. This is going to sell so well. Gaethje and Poirier cannot provide that, and he already lost to Habib, so Poirier's out. Like, no way.
Not just that, but Dana, the rest of the fucking world is closed.
Yeah.
You know why? And the rest of the people in your tax bracket close. You know why? Because they don't want to lose money. They want to hold on to what they have. And when shit reopens, everyone's going to go back to reinvesting. It's just going to be fine. You're going to have a lot of people out there like me where it's like, oh shit, this stock just dipped. I'm going to invest in that. And we're going to be doing our thing around that time. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to make this fight, Dana. I love you. It's all good, brother.
Wait till November. I will be happy to see this in Vegas in this cold freaking snowstorm area, waiting for this fight to come on. But yeah, Dana understands what he has here, and he has the typical American idiot who's disrespectful to Khabib in every way. Americans will love that. Screw Khabib. They still hate Khabib, and Dana knows that, and Khabib loves being hated by Americans. Because it's his thing. He loves being booed when he walks the arena. Then you have Khabib with the whole nation on his side and the whole religion on his side. It's something, it has to happen because this is the typical, like, Ali versus Frazier walking off and Ali calling Frazier out for being too black. Why? He knew it would anger everybody in the U.S. He called him a gorilla-looking man. Why? He knew he'd be hated. Khabib is Ali, just the guy everyone hates.
Yep.
And Tony's the guy that everyone wants to see win. And it's so perfect. I mean, it's not good, but race and religion does push the fight game.
Oh, that shit promotes the fight game.
Yeah, and it promotes it too heavily. And there's no way they can't live on that. And it's going to happen in this way.
We spoke about that on this show, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you feel about what Ali said about, Frazier in that situation. But like,
it's the same way. It's the same way that I felt when McGregor did it to Mayweather. That's the way.
Well, that was weird context too, because a monkey in that area is a dude too drunk to beat up so bad he can't even stand straight. That's a little different.
When you're in the fight game,
yeah, it's taken out of context no matter what you say.
Exactly. So, and that's the way I didn't overreact or anything like that. Like, I'm so used to it because I grew up fighting. I grew up fucking fighting. So I guess I'm used to it.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like, imagine if a fighter today,
Gambino, fuck,
he flopped bad, man. He sold like 25K in his first week. It was bad.
Bro,
he flopped.
I haven't checked out that new Gambino. I missed the old Gambino.
But yeah, imagine today if a lighter skinned African American fighter said, "I'm going to beat this guy up so bad he acts like the gorilla he looks like." To a darker skinned black fighter. Imagine if he said that today. He'd be done.
Like, is it me? Like, if it's me?
Oh, Matt. Well, to me, it'd be like, why would you say that, dude? You're gonna get backlash today, no matter what. How would you feel personally about it?
You're gonna get backlash, like it, and that's the difference. I mean, we're in a different society where
Oh yeah.
Everything is picked apart and everything is watched. So finally,
but Ali did it to get attention. Today, that would censor you. It's much different. Yeah, they would not even let him talk to the media anymore after that.
I mean, like I said, we saw it in recent memory. So I mean, like,
oh yeah, Mayweather Pacquiao was really bad.
Disrespectful. Ferguson being disrespectful. So it could be like Khabib was just gonna whoop that ass. Like whether it's now or later. At the end of the day, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be. It is what it is. People are gonna have to deal with the fury of Khabib at one point in time. Khabib is the MMA Ali. He is Russia's Ali. He
loves the boost, and that's what I like about him too.
People are gonna chop this the fuck up and be like, he just compared Khabib Nurmagomedov to fucking Muhammad Ali.
They're pretty much equal in terms of fame when you look at who he's famous with. He is the Muslim biggest celebrity, right? I mean,
yeah, he is.
There is no way you could say that he at the same level with the media today. I mean, if Ali was popular today, man, he would be loved by everybody. But with social media and in that part of the world, that guy can go anywhere and not be recognized.
Dude, some people are just ahead of their time with their media game. Ali, one of those people.
Plus, Howard Cosell set him up too. They were talked before. They said he and Howard had a thing where it's like Howard's like, I'm gonna get Ali in a position to say something funny, and he's like, here we go, Ali. What do you think about this? And set him up absolutely perfectly.
Perfect, yeah. They play that shit.
And they were good friends in real life. He never admitted that till he died in his biography. But
Lydia, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. How you doing? Let's go ahead, man. Let's dive into the final take. You brought this up a little bit earlier. Hold up, final take time. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all around boys and girls. What do Billy? Will you be watching the NBA 2K tournament this weekend? What's your take on esports stepping in these days, giving some sort of competitive viewing for our appreciation?
So, is this between NBA players and rappers and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not into modern rap game besides Roddy Ricch, but
don't play, don't front.
Huh?
I've heard of the artists that you listen to.
I'm not. Yeah, I like Youngboy and Roddy Ricch, but like I saw some like Lil rapper versus an NBA player.
There's no rappers in this one. So this is all NBA players. There are Kevin Durant being the 1 seed against
of course, the YouTube gamer, of course.
Yeah,
good pick on that part. I like it.
Kevin Durant, he's the 1 seed against
Is Cat in there? He better be.
I don't know. I gotta look at the roster again. But with that being said, it's based off of each NBA player's 2K rating, which is how their seeding goes. And it's going to be, I guess, like an all-day tournament. I got to remember which day this shit is going down. I shared it earlier on Twitter. But yeah, it's actually going to be a pretty fucking big deal, believe it or not. I don't know how I feel about it, but what do you think about esports kind of, I guess, being a filler? Mike D says the filler.
Well, first of all, it's a disrespect comment to 2K gamers who are actually pro 2K gamers. If you're going to say it's esports, I get it. It's probably a charity event, but yeah, there are actually respectable 2K guys who play this 10 hours a day and do it for a living, who would probably smack these dudes, right? So I think, it's on ESPN. Well, if it's on ESPN, you should definitely have the dudes who are pros do this because NBA players aren't going to be near as good, and I think esports is something that deserves respect. So I would probably not have NBA players do it, but like rather commentate it and have the professionals actually play the game and show this is a skill and a craft because it is. And I think you should probably not make the sport look bad because pro 2K players are actually pretty nasty at the game. And they should be shown off over the NBA players having fun talking trash. Just my opinion on that.
Ronnie 2K just got checked by Boogie Cousins earlier today because he was like, "Yo, Boogie's such a fucking asshole." And like Boogie was still on the live with him, and he just forgot that he was live. Shit was hilarious.
Oh, good. No, he deserves it, man. If he's talking trash and he's not as good at 2K, yeah, talk trash to Boogie. He deserves it.
Exactly. So let me put it to you like this. All right. So it is going to be on ESPN this Friday. It's going to be going down. I may or may not check in on this commentated. I'll let you guys know. Kevin Durant versus Derrick Jones Jr. Durant with a 96 rating against a 78 rating.
Derrick Jones is 78?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, this shit's going to get super fucking interesting.
That dude dunks like twice a game and he's a 78? That's awesome. Good for him.
Trae Young at a 90 rating. Oh, I'm sorry. Kevin Durant's at a 96. Trae Young at a 90 rating against Harrison Barnes at a 78. Hassan Whiteside at a 87 versus Patrick Beverly. Donovan Mitchell at an 87 versus Rudy Hachimura at a 79. Devin Booker at an 86 versus Michael Porter Jr. at an 81. Andre Drummond versus DeMarcus Cousins 85 to 81. Zach LaVine, DeAndre 85 to 85. Montrezl Harrell 85. Domantas Sabonis 85.
Okay, so you're telling me there is an Asian-raised human being in there.
There is in Hachimura.
You know where I'm going with that, man.
Oh my god.
Those people are the best gamers at every single thing they try. And you know what? I'm not even wrong, too. Those 15-year-olds destroy in video games. So I'm going there. I'm going there right now.
I want to see just kind of these guys.
I take Kachimura, no doubt. That dude probably has some secret stick skills nobody understands.
Hachimura's with the Wizards. We don't have any.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, on the court, man. No, but
we don't have no Lakers on that.
Kuzma, I could see maybe.
Huh?
I don't know. Kuzma maybe. I don't know.
No, Kuzma's not in.
Yeah, I think he's a gamer, right?
He is a gamer. He is a gamer, but he didn't make it into the tournament. So like these are the guys that made it in.
Okay, so this is cool. The winner should play in a tournament with the top 7 2K guys and see how they fare and see how bad it turns out.
That shit would turn bad real quick.
But I want to see the real pro gamers get respect here. You know what I mean? Like, they deserve respect. They deserve to be on ESPN in a way, too. I don't care how it happens. Just get these guys against an NBA player and show how they play.
Bro, if there's going to be, so I'll be honest.
But hey, Mike D, they are the elites, but it's esports. Sports are for the elites. So esports should be for the best, not for the players who are celebrities. That's my take on this.
I think prop bets roll out for this event in the next.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Do they have to play with their own teams? Like, is Katie stuck with the Nets?
So. I don't think so. I think that they're. I don't.
Ooh, that'd be tough. Kyrie's like, you didn't pick me, dude. That really?
Like, all right,
that'd be hilarious.
I'm gonna be honest. All right. I have to scratch my fucking betting itch so bad right now that I might just set up 10 props on this bitch. Just because I have to satisfy my itch. It's bad right now.
Horse racing, man. Horse racing. Running constantly. It's easy.
Yeah, but then I have to actually watch the horse race, and then like being watching horse racing just doesn't. That's like I have my things.
I don't like horse racing. I don't know. It's one of those things I can't watch. They don't want to. They don't want to race with this person on their back. Why would I want to watch it? Like
exactly. I don't want to watch it. Like for me, if I'm a bet on something, I want there to be stakes. I want there to be human control. I want there to be. I don't know. I'm weird.
Plus, you got to pick the top 3, right? So that's very hard to do. Just looking at 5 races in that day to pick the top 3 guys that can finish that race.
Exactly. No, fuck that.
No, the trash talk will be very entertaining, I'm sure. No doubt. But I like this in a condition. Like I said, you have to have the person who wins play against a professional and show how good esports players are and how much time they put into the craft. Because it is a sport, and they are good at it, and they deserve the props. So I want to see him play the whatever, like the Madden Tour days where.
Hold on, no, I'm not letting you say that. Listen, bro, it is a sport. Like until I see an injury report on an esports player.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
All right. Like no. Like I am just I need real competition.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah, no, this is not going to replace it for sure.
No,
but this has to go back to the Madden bus days where you had like Rodney Harrison decide to play a dude who was a Patriots fan in Madden and get destroyed.
Yeah,
like, yeah, these dudes are good. Like you have to show that these people are good at esports who are actually part of it. You know, like. This NBA player thinks he's good, but he played a dude who's actually a pro, and he got destroyed. As he should have. And that's supposed to be the way. And it was used to promote. You make this a promotional thing. Don't make it a, look, athletes can be good at esports too. Show how much better people who do esports are. Because it's an important side of it.
Let esports have their realm. That's not,
for sure.
Like,
you have to.
That's just not my realm. Like I've started kind of getting into it. Like kind of like I'll be calling a game on Sportscast or a
Yeah.
esports
I
game.
like esports. I don't like sports esports. Like I don't know the guys who are good at 2K or Madden, but I do know guys who are good at speedrunning. I watch a lot of like nerdy Let's Plays and stuff. But
Yep,
like
bro.
let the guys who are great at 2K really show how good they are at 2K.
Yep. If that's going to be the ground, if esports will be the groundbreaker for esports, so that the COD, the Overwatch players, and all those guys, they get more recognition. Cool. Like at the end of the day, I'm never going to disrespect anyone for their hustle. Get money, boo boo. Get money. By any means necessary, get your money, especially if it's legitimate and it's legal and you're doing your thing. You pay your taxes, you can write that shit off. It's good. So no, I fuck with the esports gamers. A lot of the Face Clan guys actually do follow the Rumble Fans Network on Twitter and Insta. That's actually funny that you just.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude. They love us. They love us.
I can't even keep track of those dudes. Just like 95 FaZe members now, dude.
Yeah. So.
And FaZe Banks is done with YouTube. Apparently, he's like the background guy now or something.
Yeah.
Good
dude.
for him, man. If you
All
can
of
manage that and never have to do it again, good for him.
Yeah, like I'm followed by like 20, 25 of them. Like actual FaZe Clan members, not like people that just like put like that shit on their fucking tag. And yeah, I mean, they play. When I'm calling a play-by-play, like when there was sports, they would be listening in the background, checking us out. They send me, they would send me a DM at the end of the night. Hey, bro, thanks for calling the game. I couldn't watch the game, but you were my eyes and ears. Like, thank you and shit. So no, shout out to the FaZe Clan. Like, 'cause that's what I do for those cats. Like the esports side of it. I'm getting used to it. I get that this is probably going to be the new norm for a hot minute, and it's going to catch on, and people are going to be watching it. I'm going to try and be as in tune to it as possible, but
yeah,
there's just something beautiful about a receiver catching a back corner fade. There's something beautiful about a slam dunk or the sound of when that wood cracks right as you're opening up your box of Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, I'm taking that in complete agreement with you, and I'm going to add this too. Those are sports that have been around. These esports guys play years and years on League, which has been around for a scary long time. I don't know how much longer it can possibly last, man. 20 years is a minute, right?
Exactly. No, that's
in everything they do. And on top of that, they are good at a game. They're good at a genre. Right now, what's big is MMORPGs. We're kind of getting away from the Battle Royale thing. You have to be good generation to generation. This is like a thing where you're going to make a ton of money. You're going to make more money than NFL guys. But your generation of gaming will be 3 years. And then you have to adapt to maybe an FPS multiplayer-based thing with team Battlefront style. Or maybe Nazi Zombies comes back eventually. This is a shorter than an NFL career type thing. You can't just make a living doing this because these Fortnite guys are not going to last forever and they're already phased out. Right now, it's getting to RPG guys. Eventually, it might be platforming again. You cannot do this forever, and that's why the respect these guys put in who can do it forever. And there's some guys that just are good at the games and can translate and do this for 12 years, but these guys are NFL players in terms of their career length. And that's one thing I respect about it, where it's their craft and they understand. And they save their money up, too. Respect to that. They know what they're doing. They know their run's going to be short. As much as I dislike Ninja, he did save his money. Good for him. Because he knows his Fortnite reign is not going to last forever. Second Fortnite's replaced, he's done. He knows it.
Yeah.
So these guys do save their money. NFL players should save their money, but they don't all the time. And, yeah, I mean, esports is fun. I don't get into a lot of it because I feel like I'd get pretty addicted to it and don't want to.
Fair enough.
Plus, there's gambling on it now, which I don't want to start with because that would get me more hooked on it, and I just don't want to deal with that.
Bro, I feel
Dota.
like,
Oh no, Dota 2's been around forever.
yeah, dead or alive.
No, League is not dead, but it's been around a minute. So
Bro, if they brought back fucking Tekken tournaments, I'd be so.
Tekken.
I'd be so. If you bring back an NFL.
Hey man, they still have Tecmo Bowl tournaments, dude. They still have Tecmo Bowl, dude. Join it.
Yeah, that's Tecmo Bowl. Yep. Bring back NFL Street. Oh,
They have Smash Melee, dude, from like 2000,
yeah,
20 years ago.
you are right.
I was in a Smash Melee club in college where we practiced and played together.
Dude, that's
And we like actually trained and labbed together to figure out strategies. I mean, it's competitive. So I was not great. I was the test dummy for characters a lot, but I mean, it was fun.
the fact that was the early days when Jake figured out one day I'm gonna be able to bet on this shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet on esports, dude. And chances are I'd probably know some of the people in esports at that point because I'd want to get close to it and be like, oh, I want to get into esports. But yeah, at this point,
I used
Man.
to bet on fucking fight night rounds all the time. Invite a couple of homies over, yo, plug up the remotes, lay your money out. It's time for fight night. And you did not want to see me on fucking fight night. Me with Zab Judah. Nasty.
by the way, this pour was a little excessive.
You always do that. What are you sipping on? Oh shit. That wild turkey, out. That's your shit.
To go to, man. Honestly, it's so budget. It's great. That and Monkey Shoulder are perfect for me. I do have more expensive stuff I kind of start with, and then I'm like, I can deal with this as I go, you know. Like, I can have like a $70 to $90 bottle last me like 6 months. I start with that. Then it's like I can go to like, you know.
You have to have cheap bottles in between that.
Oh, that's your daily, right?
Yeah.
You got to work with a daily. Your daily is not going to be more than like 15 to like 25.
Like my day is like $10.
Exactly. Yeah, your daily has to work in that range. It's kind of how it works. For me personally, I don't know. Like your daily is something that's really good, but you would never ever have as a first one.
Exactly.
Like I went from a pretty solid Baker's to start with, which is like a pretty heavy one. And it's like, yeah, it's really good heavy. Then it's like, yeah, you know, I have like a little half pour of that. Then I, you know,
if they
phase
did
down.
Jam, if they did NBA Jam, or if they did
NBA Jam, dude.
NBA Street, I'd be down for it too.
Okay, the greatest sports game of all time to this day is NBA Street Home Court. Ever. The greatest sports video game of all time.
NFL Street, dude. NFL Street.
That was great too, man. I loved Street Home Court so much.
No one could see me on NFL Street. I beat everyone's ass. Like I literally, my mom. All right, so back then, right? Story time, really quick before we end the show, ladies and gentlemen. Back then, me and my mom was growing up in a neighborhood called Thomas Jefferson Place. Really quick, anytime that your neighborhood is named after a president or a activist or anything like that, it's not good. All right, so
hey man, mine's McKinley.
There you go.
So we're screwed.
See, so we were.
I went to his school apparently. You know.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, our schools are named after him, so we're good.
But nah. So I grew up in Thomas Jefferson Place, and my parents had just gotten divorced. Right, my parents had just gotten divorced. So money was kind of tight around like the crib because like we no longer living off like my dad's like Navy money and shit. You know, it's like my mom she had to do what she had to do. Fucking I started deciding that because I was the oldest, I was a man in the house. I'm gonna start a hustle, but I wasn't gonna start, you know, doing what everyone else in the neighborhood was doing as their hustle. Basketball became a hustle, so I literally like, you know, I tell people like, yo, I draw a chalk line, or I draw 2 chalk lines, behind the person and one behind me, and we were confined to this area. And I'd be like, yo, you have this little bit of an area to steal the ball from me and take it from me. So, you know, I crossed them up like this one and one was fucking popular. Like and one street ball was super popular.
Okay, so how many guys in their hoop names can you think of right now, top of your head?
From A1?
Yeah.
Oh, Hot Sizzle.
Hot
Bone
sauce?
um,
Helicopter?
Professor, yeah, Helicopter, half
Professor?
amazing. The
Half
Cadillac,
Man, Half Amazing was
bro.
great.
I can go for
Um,
I can go for
Mercedes, right?
Yeah, Mercedes. No, the Cadillac. It was the Cadillac. The Cadillac was a big dude.
That was
Big
Kenny
dude.
Smith's brother, right?
I think he was. I think he was.
No, wait, no, that's a different name. That was Escalade.
Or oh no, it was Escalade, not Cadillac. It was Escalade. His name was
100%, yeah.
Escalade. Yeah. But yeah, bro. Like I could go on for days. Like the Professor and Hot Sauce. Those were my guys. And those who I used to
Which,
try.
that was a stacked draft, by the way. Can you ever pick that up? That was like totally Globetrotters looking back on it.
Yes,
Like, they went by like 80 every game, but which is great.
bro. But yeah, bro. I used to fucking hustle cast out there, and then like they'd be like, "Yo, how can I get my money back?" And I'd be like, "Yo, I got video games. Like the street light just came on. I got video games. Y'all want to play some video games?" So, like there'd be like 5, 6 motherfuckers, like all the little badass kids in the hood. And what I didn't realize is like later on in life, like this is actually one of the things like in the hood that kept a lot of cats from like resorting to gangs and shit. So I mean, we'd all be down in my basement, like down in my crib, and like we're playing like NFL Street and NBA Street till like 2, 3 in the morning. One day, my mom, she's cleaning my room. I go to football practice, and like I'm like 14 years old at this time. Like I'm like 14 years old, and fucking my mom's, she comes in, and she finds a shoebox, dog. And she's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like all the shoebox, like I had like written, like I had decorated this old school Reeboks classic shoebox to like be my own shoebox, my money shoebox.
See, this shows our age, man. We know what Reeboks is.
Exactly. Yeah, we know the Reeboks are. We know what the classic.
Gilbert Arenas, man. I smashed my ACL twice.
Dude, I fucking love Reeboks. I love Reebok. But fucking,
dude, I had those like powder blue Reebok shoes for a minute too.
Yo, bro, I had this box was the box for my all whites, my all white classics. Remember how the box?
See, okay, Leaf Steve just took a shot. I'm so proud of it. I love it.
Like this box had the fucking had the goddamn like British flag on it and shit, right? So fucking my mom, she come in, she finds this shit.
Adidas is actually how you say it, by the way. We just say
Adidas. But no, like she had opened up the box, and I shit you not, my mom's had found like almost like $500, $600 worth of like just like bills, like loose leaf ones, coins. Like I was stacking, bro. Like I counted my money every fucking day. I counted my fucking money every single fucking day, dog. So fucking, she finds the box, and she's like, "Who's Greedy Gorilla?" Da, da, da. I'm like, that was my name on the basketball court, Mom. She's like, "Why do you write stuff like that?" Because of Tupac albums, Mom. She's like, "Why do you have $600?" Like, "I've been hustling, Mom." "Are you selling drugs in my house?" "No, Mom. I'm playing street ball."
Yeah, man. See,
bro,
the only Reeboks you ever rocked were Shaq's, man. Yeah, I mean, dude, it was cool to have Reebok back, like 13 years ago.
Bro, everybody rocked a pair of Shaqs. I had a pair of Shaqs.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was one of those things. It was a brand, and then it decided to not adapt. So,
bro, my mom, she fucked up. After that point, she had bought me a basketball hoop and put it in the backyard. We had like a little fucking square, like little tiny ass fucking like backyard. And I would, tell dude, like, "Yo, come over, like you guys score points against me, bro." And we would lower the hoop. To like, I couldn't reach the full 10 back then. I'm 14 years old.
hey, man, for real, Mike D is sick from work. I hope it's not what we think. So, man, take care of yourself, dude.
Mike,
hey, man.
I hope that you are good.
We're taking one for you, dude.
No, we are taking one for you. It's basically, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rum boys and girls want to do. Yo, the AI.
Please take care of yourself, man. Please, man. Please.
But nah, dude, so that was
Yeah,
the
man. I mean, hearing that when you're sick right now, even then, like I wake up with like a stuffy nose because of like the pets, but like, dude, no. Like I said, it's like, hey, it could be anything. I think about it too.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, bro. I wake up with a stuffy nose every morning, and I'm like, fuck. Good old Pete up in the chat. Yo, that's the legend. That's the Rum Boys legend. That's the Rum Boys legend. Good old Pete. Hit
Yeah,
me up,
it's
bro. Hit me
like
up.
it's been like 42 here. It's not been warm, so it's been cold.
Here in Colorado should be acting bold, man. Colorado acting like it wants to get warm, but then it doesn't necessarily. Um,
Yeah, our high's been like 45 like the last couple weeks, which is fine. We can't go anywhere, so we're fine. It doesn't matter.
that's Ohio for you, ass. No, the weather has it.
It's actually pretty weird because we're like in this 4 county area where if I go just like a mile to the east, I'm in PA. But like
Yeah.
I'm in like that 4 county area that has like the most deaths. So like we have like 9 deaths in my county. We have a good 7 in the county over, just in PA. And the counties are named the exact same thing because we're like the same community, same people. It's like, well, we're like right in it right now. We're just like hitting it hard, where it's like, it can't be much worse. It really can't be much worse than it is now. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm tracking it constantly for just for work purposes because I get paid to do it. The percentages are going up in like who has it, and fatalities are going lower in percentages. So it's kind of a more reassuring for me because it's like, well, we kind of know who's passing in a way where it's like, okay, it's not many young people, so we're pretty much good. Just don't spread it. Like,
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
not concerned personally anymore. It's more just like, stay away from it.
Don't fuck around. Like, the best advice I can give anyone right now is don't fuck around, don't fuck around. Hey, yo, let's get into the end of the fucking show, though. I'm going to do something a little that I usually, traditionally, probably don't do. Because we have been recording on Apple, Google, Spotify, shit like that. And Apple, Google, Spotify, all the other places that you can hear us, Radio Public, Stitcher, every other podcasting platform. I want to make sure that I'm yelling into the fucking mic specifically for you guys right now. If you can see me, then you'll know. Here's what I want for you guys that listen to us on audio. All right, if you want to hear your name called at the end of the Rum Report, like I'm about to do for these people, then you need to get at me, and you need to show me some love. You need to get at the Rum Boys Fancy Network in general. Get at Jake. Get at J Love. Fuck, our whole entire writing staff. Kevin Spellman, Pedro, everybody that's out there, hustling, putting in work. Army Fuji. Show all of our writers love on rumboys.com. I'm about to go ahead and I'm gonna read off some names from tonight's broadcast. People that's been fucking with us, people that's been showing us love, and we're gonna take a shot to close out the show. On Sportscaster, I want to shout out Jimmo the Icon. I'm gonna give you a call at the end of this broadcast, brother. Landon, yo, big ups to Landon.
Yo, Land, what's up, man?
Yo, Jason, what's good, Landon? Make sure you hop over to YouTube too and show that love too. If you guys have both platforms, show love to both platforms. Let's see. Dave Fabian. Dave, what is good? Dave with the Dolphins. Thank you for pulling up, coming through. Mary, Bleed Red, Jessica, our Westu, Cubby Girl. What's good, Cubby Girl? Let's see. Sportscaster. We got Blake St. Clair in the house. We got Slap This Up Entertainment. It's the boy. It's the homie. Mike D. Good old Pete pulled up. Tree is here as always. It's Leaf defense. You know what? Fuck it. This nigga mad at me right now. I don't give a fuck. But shout out to JD Rants. You even pulled up. Shout out to the GMM Network. GMM Network. Newest signing to the Rum Boys Fantasy Network. Welcome. A part of the team. Bogart, Guru. Y'all doing big things over there. I salute y'all. Make sure y'all go show them love and y'all show them appreciation. I'm trying to now just scroll through and make sure I ain't even forget nobody. Connor Burt pulled up. He came through. Lydia, she came through. She pulled up. Just start doing this at the end of every show.
Yo,
Yes, yes, he will rule
Pat,
the apocalypse, GMM. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. We'll figure it out somehow.
yo, shout out to Pat 1984. We gonna have
Which this is a pretty good apocalypse, by the way. This is a pretty nice one compared to other other places in the world, by the way.
Yeah, no, this is an okay apocalypse, you know. Um.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
Robbie. I guess we're doubling up here, man. Come on,
I'm
we doubling up.
I'm gonna chug this beer.
Okay, just kill it, and then we can do one to close it out.
Yep.
Oh, we have one ready. All right.
Yep. We're just gonna do this to close out. Cheers.
All right, go.
Me. Cheers to you, all the wrong boys and girls. What it do, dilly dilly. We love and appreciate all of you. And then in the night with Don't Know Hike, slap yourself. He coming through. He's like, yo, I got 10. I got 10. I'm on 10. You said I'm on 10 like Ben? Hell yeah. Don't know hype up in this bitch. But no, for real, shout out to everyone that's really rocking with us, that's really showing us love. This family is not based off of...
Now we gotta like fight the apocalypse and like restock. Come on, guys.
I know, dude. I gotta go. I have to run out and restock tomorrow. I'm running out and restocking tomorrow, so I'm right in the same boat with you.
Dude, by the way, I only like really sip when like it stays I'm streaming. So that kind of shows like how we do things. We're committed to everything here. So
yeah, we're committed. We love and we appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you make our jobs as analysts that much more fulfilling. We're nothing. We are nothing without each and every single one of your views. We're nothing without your takes, your comments in the chat, without you guys sharing and spreading the word of the Rum Boys and putting us on. We're gonna come back tomorrow.
Hey, Mikey, I kind of cut the stash, by the way, in case you can't tell. Can you tell Robbie? Come on.
I can't tell. I haven't cut a single thing, and now I'm kind of taking it as a challenge of how much.
I kind of cut it myself, by the way. Yeah, I kind of cut my stash myself, and it just turned out bad. Like I did the whole this thing where like I would take it to a certain level and like line it up and imagine it'd look good.
You should have handlebarred that bitch. You should have handlebarred that bitch.
I cut it. I cut it. Now I just have the beard, not like the fancy stash with it. And,
So I'm gonna bring mine down. I'm trying to bring mine down. By the end of quarantine, I'm trying to bring mine all the way down. Like just straight up.
See, mine's like this now.
You're able to handlebar yours. I can't handlebar mine.
Dude,
so I'm just gonna give
I took like that much off, by the way. It was a bad life choice, and I regret it the second I did it. But
dude, you gotta go handlebars. You gotta go handlebars.
I have the wax for it too. But I wax the whole beard down, and I wax under pretty heavy to keep it. Like if I did it, it's curly. It would go like that, and I'm like, no.
It was so much better with the handle. Hey, everyone has to vote in the chat. Jake has to handlebar his mustache.
Dude, I can't right now. Like, look at this, man.
You can't now, but you will.
I cut it, man. I cut it.
Don't cut it no more. I want you to handlebar it. Handlebar it. Hey, listen, guys. I have a meeting.
I mean, it might take like a good 3 weeks to actually grow this thing back out. I did read that one. Yeah, I did read that one. But it will probably take a good 3 weeks to grow this thing back out. But
hey, let's go ahead and kill this show, bro. Let's have some fucking fun. Let's enjoy the rest of our nights.
Yep. I'll play video games, by the way. I'll be gaming till probably 1 a.m.
Drop your gamer tag in the Discord chat, and these rascals are gonna add you up.
Well, I don't know what they play, man, but I'll drop my friend code on Discord. So.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Hey, what all do you have to close out? Articles that you got coming out. Talk to the people, man.
Well, my article was how Tony and Habib should happen, and then I thought second it shouldn't happen. So that's X. It's not happening. None of this is happening. UFC and boxing is probably done. I'd say till July, safely.
Yeah.
I think the next update I have, if it's even worth the time, I think we have other writers on the NFL side of things to track the offseason, but if it comes to the point where there's a shortened preseason or even training camps, I'll probably write on that. But until then, man, it's kind of a more stuff getting canceled. I don't know what else to really say.
Exactly. No,
So
I mean, you guys got to support our team. Our team is going to try and do everything they can to dig through and provide you guys content and to be your number one source and your number one stop shop. A lot of people have appreciated the fact that we have been the ones to step up during this time period because a lot of people have stepped down and they're not even doing their shows anymore. So we're going to keep doing our shows. We're going to keep showing you guys love. We're going to keep showing you support. We're going to keep showing you appreciation.
So, by the way, it is unanimous. I have to grow it back out and handlebar it like up to here like I had before.
Exactly.
They're not. So no one's a fan of the trim of the sash.
No,
Apparently
we want that handlebar, bro. During these times, we need the handlebar. I'm growing a fro.
yeah. Give
I'm
it like
growing
a
fro.
good 3 weeks, man. It can grow back out. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Good old Pete, you're right. We are almost at that 2K mark. We are 8 away. Make sure you guys keep sharing this thing.
Again, man, I'm off work Friday. If we hit it by tomorrow, nice long live stream, I'm good. So
Bro, let's hope and
maybe
pray,
pressure.
right?
I don't know. Find some subs and we do it. So
big facts. But I mean,
yeah, find some subs. A late night stream tomorrow night. We can figure it out if you get us to it. So.
But I mean, guys, we love and appreciate you guys. Wash your hands, wash your ass, take care of your family. Try and keep away. I know that it sucks right now, but try and keep away from your friends, your girlfriend, all that good stuff. Try and keep mom and dad safe. Try and keep your grandparents safe. All that good stuff. This staff is here for you guys. We are going to try and find out how we can help everyone on the front lines, what we can do. And like I said, when I say that I love and I appreciate every single one of you guys, I fucking mean it. I think that I think I can speak for the rest of the staff. And you guys coming through and supporting their articles, their YouTube videos, Clock Management, GMM Network, all those guys. I think that I can speak for them and that they're appreciative for you guys. And we both love and appreciate you guys. Like, y'all are the realest fucking crew ever. Am I right or am I wrong?
No doubt, man. Totally right.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rum boys and girls want to do. We out of here, y'all.